Okay, so I've cut up the chicken, and you could cut it at an angle. They're cut into little pieces like this, and we're ready to use the sauces. So we're going to be using this sauce here, which is an anchovy powder, and then we're going to use this. And this is for fish, but I always use it. Okay, so add the two sauces together, which are the anchovy sauce, which is here. This one, it's an anchovy powder, and then we're going to be adding this one. This is for the full YouTube video on how I make my chicken. Let's see here, you squeeze it all out. And this one here is a fish sauce. And although it says it's for fish, I use it for chicken. Okay, and then mix this. Use a spoon, add a tiny bit of oil, which I already did for the short, so I'm not going to add too much more. Just add a tiny bit of oil, and then we're going to mix this together, and we're going to let it sit in the refrigerator for 2 days. Okay, so here's what the healthy rice looks like. As you can see, it is all done, and if it sticks to the bottom, please only use a wood chakra in Korean or chopstick in English. And as you can see, take a look at that. Oh, that looks so good. So you can see it's mostly healthy rice, and you want to just get it from the bottom here, and that's about it. Okay, so let's show you how I mix this together. I usually use a spoon, and I use, let's see here, let's get a close-up. There we go. So what I do is I just start gently turning it, and all these pieces have been cut up. Now, I don't add anything like garlic or salt. I've only used the 2 packs of seasoning, and what you do is you just keep moving it around like this, and it doesn't seem like it's a lot at first. If you want to use your hand, you can, but it will make your hand very, very sticky. So you just keep going in a circle like this. And you have to have patience. If you don't have patience, you won't be able to do this very well. Now, one thing that I notice is, because I have so much chicken, I have, there is a lot of, so what I do is I have 2 more of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it. I could tell by looking at it that it's not enough. So I'm just going to put in 1 more pack. Now these are only $1, well, 120 ringgit, and that's very, very inexpensive. And this is something that you'll want to make if you want something delicious. You could call this my nighttime routine. I know a lot of people on YouTube do a nighttime routine. I don't know why I need to see them putting on makeup or cream at night. So I call this my nighttime routine because I like doing this at night. I'm gonna go ahead and add another one of these. Now, it's, ooh, that smells so good. Can you smell that through the phone? I don't know what that is. Always check to see. I don't know what that is. And then what you'll do, if there's not enough liquid, now a lot of people won't do this, but I add a little bit of oil. And what the oil does is it lets it marinate a lot better. And you just keep turning it and turning it like this. If you use your hand, you could massage the pieces, which I should probably show you. So if you use your hand, you could massage the marinade into it, and sometimes that helps, but a lot of people don't want to use their hand like this. And also when you're done, you're going to need to wipe off the sauce because a lot of it will be on your hand. But something that this does is that you're massaging it into the chicken. Some people add water, especially if you're in a restaurant or if you're prepping this for a supermarket. Because it's by weight, what they'll do is they'll add a little bit of water. Now, I usually don't like adding water because it just doesn't need it. But you'll see, if you turn your hand like this, you'll notice that it's actually going into the chicken. So it's a massaging technique that I use because I was a massage therapist at one time. And although I miss it, I don't miss it a lot because I get to massage my chicken. Okay, once you're done here, you'll then want to have a clean, here, let's go here. You'll want to have a clean bucket or a container, and you could then transfer it to the container. And this here is so good. And you'll notice there's a lot in the bowl. We say bowl or bowl. And what you'll do is you can use your hand like this, or what I use, you would think it's kind of crazy. Now I'm washing off some of the liquid. But what you'll want to do is I use you don't really want to do this, but these are coated. This is my business card, and you could use a piece of plastic, but I just use one of my business cards, which I shouldn't use, and then I place it in here. But you could use anything that's flat, like a piece of plastic, but I like using my business cards because I get to advertise my music while I'm doing these cooking shows. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, because I always like to have people that have subscribed, not for the money that I would make, which I don't make any, but so you can get updates. Okay, there we go. And then what you'll do is you'll pack it down. You'll pack it down like this. Now, if you don't want to use your hand, or you haven't used your hand yet, you can use a spoon, which is just fine. And if you're using a spoon, let's wipe off my hand. Okay, so if you're using a spoon, you'll just be pushing it from the corners down. And why is it that we're packing it? Because it's going to allow it to penetrate the chicken. And if you marinate this for one day, it's good. You could probably cook it right now, but if you marinate it for 2 days in the refrigerator, it penetrates the chicken. And as you can see, it's already penetrated the chicken, but I like to do it because it actually is tenderizing it. Now, a lot of people are asking me about surf and turf. I have over 100 questions being asked of me on the video chat. Thank you so much for asking me why I would use a fish product with chicken. Well, I just like it, and it's something that I've been doing for a long time, but I call it my surf and turf chicken. Okay, once you have it like this, what you're going to want to do is tap it off like that. Now, if you want to, you don't want to waste anything, you can put a tiny bit of water. So this is what I do just to not waste any. I wash the pan, the bowl, and what I do is I get this little sauce started here because I don't want to waste any of this, and I'll pour that in, and then I'll take these and I'll also add water. You can see that there's a little bit left in here. you could see in there. So what I'll do is I'll add just a tiny bit of water, and then we shake, shake, shake. Oh, it fell out. It slipped out. So we shake it, and as you can see, there's even more. I just don't like wasting. That's one thing that I learned as a youngster, and that's why it's important to know how to use all of the sauce. There it goes. So now that I've totally used every little bit that's in there, I don't feel bad. And if you open it up, you could see, you could probably go another round, but I don't. You could probably put in a little bit more water, but that's enough. And then you'll take your spoon. At this point, don't use your hand. And you'll want to just press down like this and compress it. And this will really, really help marinate it, because you could see that there's still some air bubbles in here. We're going to compress it all down like this. And we're just about to put the cap on. But what is the one thing that I do? And I learned how to do this in restaurants. This is something that is important to know. Okay. If you keep, oh, do I have any? No. Okay. Let me see. We'll do this one. If you keep bags that you get, any bag at all, what you can do is you push down on the bag. Now this helps a couple of things. This helps it marinate more on the top, but also it makes the seal on the top of your lid, it'll make the seal so it seals a lot better. And there it is. And as you can see, when you turn it, and you might want to do this just to level it down, and what it does is it makes the seal so that it's marinating on the top. It keeps it pressed down, and it keeps the cap in order. Keeps the cap tighter. So thank you very much for watching. I really spending time with me making marinated Malaysian chicken with anchovy sauce and Malaysian sauce. All right, checking out. Thank you for watching. Okay, so I'm going to pack up the health rice and show you how it's prepared for a stir fry. You can keep it in the refrigerator. What you can do, always wipe off your counter. Now, what I have here is just a little container. I've actually received food in this, so I'm reusing it. I really like recycling, but I also like reusing. So always wipe off your counter and then put it here. Now, you can use anything you want, but I use this ladle. So here's our rice, and what you want to do is just fill up the little container. Hey, how inventive is that? So I've made enough rice for about a week. I don't really eat a lot of rice, and when I do, I always eat this health rice. When you put it in the container, you'll want it to have cooled down a little bit. But even if you don't, these containers in Malaysia are microwavable. So something you can do, like you can't do in America so much, or other countries, is keep hot food in these little containers. And when you receive food, what you'll want to do is you'll want to keep them all. So you just put all this in here. Hopefully that's enough light. If it's not, I'll make it lighter in the final video. And then that's about it. So it looks like a little bit of rice, but as you can see, the rice turned out so delicious. And there's very little, it looks like there's a lot of white rice, but there's really not. How you prepare your rice for your stir fry after you have your chicken marinated, and that's it. So thank you for joining me for this edition of Heavy Metal Cooking. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and you've enjoyed all of my videos, and I'm happy to share with you how to make Malaysian stir-fried rice and prep it. Okay, YouTubers, talk to you soon. I received over 100 messages in the chat why I sound or look sad. I'm not sad, but I do miss my daughter, Mianna, who I haven't seen in over 10 years, and I only have one recent picture of her. So when I'm cooking, sometimes I feel sad because I haven't seen my daughter, Mianna. Hopefully I'll see her soon, but I don't have any current plans to be visiting the United States. So thank you for everybody who asked. Yes, I sound a little bit melancholy, which is a form of sadness, because I have not seen my daughter in more than 10 years. But thank you so much for asking. It's so kind of you to ask. And thank you for watching this video.